been. I used to be been living in Sweden for a few years. Here's what I've learned from the locals. And about half of what's left of your salary goes to rent. Whether by spending smart are a top priority here. 6. The Swedes feel quite okay refusing from anything they don't write them out in English. Living modestly to keep expenditures at a I pay for a gym membership when you can get active and get a little sunshine for free. Get rid of stuff you don't use anymore. These things can be gifted or sold to someone or sent to recycling. Nobody here will store useless junk on the balcony, and they certainly won't buy things they see no need for. This rule even applies to the older generation, which will surprise anyone with grandparents that have a hard time parting with their collections. Buying used is just as good. If you decide to sell your stuff, you'll find plenty of buyers, if it's not useless junk, of course. The Swedes don't care too much about having the latest and greatest, also known as the most expensive, models of smartphones, cars, and other gadgets. Even when they already have those things, they'll keep using it as long as it's working fine. Don't overspend for the holidays. That is, don't go out and get a live tree each year. Forget about the fake plastic ones as well. They're too big. You have to buy all these decorations for them, and it's just wasteful. Trees in that classic minimalistic Swedish style look just as cozy and beautiful. You can even DIY one for a fun project. Get things on sale, even if it's out of season. Why pay 2 to 3 times more for something when it'll be cheaper in a couple of months? The Swedes buy swimming suits in fall and winter coats in spring when they get incredible markdowns. Reduce, reuse, recycle. If you buy soft drinks in a grocery store, you'll be charged an extra krona. If you bring back an empty bottle or tin, you'll get that money back. And they do bring back empty packages, since every krona counts. Even gravel they spread around the streets in winter is gathered in the spring, washed, and reused to afford it. Always think ahead. The Swedes start setting aside retirement money at a relatively young age, around 35 or so. Nobody's waiting for their adult children to support them during their golden years. In fact, they're not just looking to save enough pension money for modest Lagom-style retirement. They want to indulge when you retire. Now that they've lived a long life of saving every krona and refusing from the luxuries of life, many Swedish pensioners can afford pretty much anything. Older folks have no problem traveling the world, buying themselves nice gifts, and just having the fun they've denied themselves for so long. And now that I'm so interested in keeping my finances in order, thanks Sweden, I've got a few more of my own personal tips that'll help you save a ton. Let me know down in the comments if you're already doing any of these things. The next winter. Stay far away from debt. Getting a loan isn't easy in Sweden, but it's that way for a reason. Banks make it hard because they don't want people going into debt that they won't be able to pay back. Makes sense. Invest. Instead of borrowing money you don't have, the Swedish philosophy is to grow what you do have. There are special courses where they teach people how to manage an investment portfolio. It's also quite common in Sweden to give stocks as a present to kids so that those investments grow over time with the child. Get your own property later in life. If you're young, you'll have a hard time getting finance for a car or house. Banks will trust you only if you have a stable career and have saved enough money for the first payment. But if you do buy an apartment or car in Sweden, you'll know for sure that you'll be able